So I wanted to go for a walk in the neighborhood which I live in and share with you a little bit about my life and where I was compared to where I am now, and why that's very valuable for you. Let's see if I can show you the sunset here, or sunrise. It's coming up. Looking forward to that at some point in the video. It's a little bit brighter. So, I grew up with parents that did their best. And what doing their best meant was that, my mom was a bartender. She was just working a shit ton. And she had a very traumatic upbringing, traumatic childhood. So she couldn't really be there as the mom that I needed and wanted growing up to help instill feelings of self-worth, self-love, emotional stability. I constantly remember her leaving and me just sitting at the window, just crying, sobbing, no, come back. Why are you doing this, Mom? I was totally heartbroken. I had a dad. He's a Navy dad. He was gone for most of my younger years. He was traveling and shit. And when he was home, because he didn't have a dad and had a similar rough upbringing, very judgmental, very critical, punished me a lot for various different things. It's very hard on me. So I developed more feelings of low self-worth, low self-esteem in reaction to everything and everyone. Just really terrified. Terrified of him, terrified of other people. Became terrified of failure. There was just such severe repercussions, emotional repercussions for not doing what he wanted and, not being fucking flawlessly perfect all the time. So that's how my childhood, early years, formative years of Dante, that's how they started. Bubbly, delicious. So this laid the foundation of not having good self-esteem, which totally primed me for my teenage years, going to school. And all through grade school, by the way, I was just a quiet kid. Couldn't talk to anybody. Had very rare, rarely had friends. Had the odd friend here or there. And when I got into high school and stuff, horribly socially anxious, awkward. Got bullied a ton. Couldn't stand up for myself. Had zero boundaries. Ended up doing tons of pills. Overdosed, actually. Thankfully didn't die. Chain smoked cigarettes. Drank a ton to kind of cope and numb the pain of being me, basically. The emotional pain I had. Horribly traumatized. Horribly insecure. The girls that I was miraculously able to date, whenever they would break up with me, I remember cutting myself because I was in so much pain. Because this one person who actually made me feel some semblance of love and affection, and who I treasured, right? Oh my God, finally, the thing I desperately wanted and craved for through my entire fucking life, this person was able to give me some of that. My arms are killing me. I just started working out consistently and put together a workout schedule, so my arms are dead. So I'm gonna periodically swap the phone here and there as I sip bubbly. So I finally found this person who can give me love and affection, and then they leave. Obviously, of course, because I'm totally attached to them. And horribly insecure, horribly needy, horribly jealous, horribly controlling, horribly manipulative. Because I have to, right? In my mind at the time, unconsciously. I'm not actively trying to do this with purposeful intent, malicious intent. But it's like, this is my only source of love. I must keep this person and hang on to them at all costs. I will pay any price. Drove them away. And then I remember just like cutting myself because it was so horribly painful, because this one source of love and happiness, not only was it stripped away from me, but it was my fault. And I knew it was my fault. There was nothing I could do about it. It was just like, So I'd find some way to deal with the pain. So I just cut myself. Right, my arm. Here, I still got scars. The jacket was off. You could see them. Chain smoke cigarettes. To distract, to cope. To give me any kind of different feeling, any kind of distraction. Anything to let me avoid dealing with the pain. Or anything that could help me numb the pain. Some more drugs, alcohol, weed. I don't have a problem with weed, actually. I think cannabis, the ganja, I think it can be amazing. But it's the place it's coming from, right? Are you being productive? Are you aligned with your values and purpose and why you're here? Do you love your fucking life and you're just getting blitzed all day long? Stoned out of your mind, but still functional, right? Like it works. Or using it to cope, to numb. It's all about the place it's coming from. So the place it was coming from for me, it was just numbing, deadening. And then that was just pretty much, you just got worse and worse and worse. I didn't know how to deal with things. When I went into the self-help world, things got better. So I started listening to different people who were, really positive, which was nice, having some positive influences. I got to practice different things, different systems, different, I just went to a bunch of seminars, took a bunch of programs, dished out all the little money that I had, because number one, because I'm so miserable and like dead inside, I don't have any energy. All my energy is like constantly being drained. Just staying alive took every ounce of willpower. I couldn't handle talking to like other people. I could not handle that. And to be fair, to this day, on my bad days, right, when so much is coming up, right, so much maybe limiting beliefs or past trauma that I'm processing, I also have a occasional bad day where it's just like I'm totally in my head and it's hard to really kind of function. Now, those are rare compared to what it was, which was all the fucking time. But that being said, couldn't even deal with people. Couldn't speak my mind. My hands would shake, my voice would shake when I'd be out in public. I'd just be drained of energy all the time, miserable, depressed. So I had zero creativity. Had no way to make money. No way to learn skills that could be valuable, like used to help other people. And it just sucked. Like, plain and simple, it fucking sucked. Having zero energy, zero happiness, lots of suicidal thoughts, and just trying to hang on. Trying to hang on for dear life, so I don't kill myself. That's like my main priority at the time for most of my life. I wanted to walk through here, but there's sprinklers, so I guess I'm just gonna go back. we'll go the other way. Right, so zero energy, super depressed, zero control of my state, of my emotional state. Zero control. Everything's brutal. Thinking tons of suicidal thoughts. I was living with my mom at the time, most of my life, and I knew her husband now, her boyfriend at the time, knew he had a gun, so I would constantly think about just like sneaking, getting his gun and just like killing myself. But then I was like, but fuck, all my sisters and brothers, that would devastate them. Shit. So I would just give like sizable time and energy to thinking about how I could kill myself with zero to little, like without how I could kill myself with as little emotional impact, negative impact on my family as possible. Not good. Bad place to be. When I would try to put the stuff into effect I've learned in these different self-help seminars and stuff, like one of them, so I followed a lot of dating coaches, social coaches. I remember being in the nightclub for the first time in my life, and I just walked around in circles, didn't talk to anybody, stuck in my head, and when I went outside and literally felt like killing myself, and I felt like complete loser, I felt totally worthless. I wanted to die. I'm just like aimlessly walking in this haze of just like self-hate, self-loathing, like shark eyes basically. Sat down on a bench. I couldn't even cry. Like I hated myself so much I couldn't even like cry. Like I couldn't even let anything out. I just felt hollow and dead inside. I felt such lack, such desperation, such neediness. Needed so much. I was missing so much. Didn't have anything. Wanted everything. Most of my life. And it wasn't until I started learning a few key things that things started to dramatically shift for me. I started to gain control over my emotional state. I started being less reactive to everything, everybody, and including my own thoughts. Started to be able to shift my belief systems. Shift how I was perceiving myself in the world and other people, so that I could feel good in my body, so that I could be in a state of creativity, a state of gratitude, a state of appreciation, a state of spontaneity, a state of fun, a state of playfulness, so that I didn't have this needy taking, wanting vibe, but I'm just sharing good energy, good vibes. I can easily be present with whatever it is that I'm doing and just give it my attention and have fun with it. So every second I'm not just like dead, again, shark eyes, right? And feeling horrible about who I am in my life. And the few things that I started doing that started making a dramatic difference is, number one, shadow work, or trauma work, or limiting belief work, whatever you want to call it, has many names, but it's basically realizing that all emotion comes from perspectives, period. How we interpret something, situation, ourself, circumstance, another person, the meaning we give it, the point of view, the lens with which we view that thing. So auditing what my current perspectives are and were in the past, and then choosing new perspectives, new ways of looking at myself in the world, so that I could feel better about my life, so I could feel better about whatever it is that I was doing, so I could feel better about myself, right? And that helped significantly. Going back to, and speaking of trauma, going back to different traumatic memories, traumatic highlights, traumatic events within my life that had a strong emotional charge around it, negative emotional charge. And bringing that emotion up, embracing that emotion, accepting that emotion, and identifying, okay, cool, so what am I believing here? What's this perspective that I created way, way, way back when that has continually been draining and sucking my energy, just running in the background. And also, whenever I get in a situation that kind of triggers that memory or that similar state I was in, it makes me feel that shit all over again. Beautiful sky, beautiful sky. What's that perspective? What is that? What is the emotion that's making me feel? Cool, so let me shift that. Once we bring awareness to the perspective, we can then let it go and easily choose a new perspective, which then generates a empowering emotion, positive emotion. Now, if the negative emotion is still there, it's still consistent, it's still reoccurring, that means there's still an underlying belief that we have related to that we have to bring awareness to and uncover. My shoulders are burning. So number one, doing a lot of that. Realizing this empowering truth that is, I have complete control of my state of being. I have complete control of my emotional state. Because I control my reality. Because I control how I interpret my reality. I can give different meanings and definitions to whatever's happening. I could be walking here and be like, hey, everything's cool. Exactly where I need to be. This video's dope. Having a great time. It's a beautiful day. Look at the sunrise. Gorgeous. I'm in Arizona. It's October. It's starting to cool down here. Fucking finally. Arizona's like one of the hottest fucking places on earth. Thank God it's cooling down. One of my favorite times of the year. Actually wear jackets again. Without sweating like I'm in a goddamn sauna. Or I could be like, people are gonna like this video. Am I coming off right? Do you think is this making sense to them? Hope it makes sense for them. What are people looking at me right now? Are they judging me? Are they judging what I'm wearing? I hope this video gets a lot of likes and people, if they really like it, it's not even that really good a video. Like, oh my God, I'm in my head. Why can't you see? You can give a different interpretation, different meaning, and practicing that, getting better at that, getting better at becoming the creator of my reality and not the survivor of it and the reactor to it. And realizing that everything that we're feeling, if we're not consciously choosing our state, then we're reliving our past state when we were younger. And that's just cached emotion from previous circumstances, be it traumatic memories or not traumatic memories. Maybe you just developed a certain limiting belief, constricting belief, contractive belief around a certain situation. Because maybe, yeah, it was traumatic, but maybe that's just what you gravitated to in the moment. That's just what you happen to pick and choose for yourself. Just a limiting belief. You didn't know. So doing a lot of that helped me gain more and more control of my emotional state, be less reactive, more empowered, more in a state of appreciation, joy, playfulness. And that's only increasing henceforth because I'm only getting better at it. So I'm only going to get happier and happier as the years roll on by. Number one. Number two, meditation. Meditating consistently, getting present to the moment, getting out of my head and into the environment, into my body. Slowing down the incessant stream of thoughts. Right? Listening to the birds. Looking at the surroundings, look how beautiful the street is, nice and black, there's trees there. Right? Just learning to feel good in my body. But just appreciating the fact that I'm alive. I'm existing. Heart's pumping blood, lungs are breathing in oxygen, kidneys are doing whatever the fuck kidneys are doing right now, purifying something, making something not toxic anymore that was previously toxic. Stomach's digesting this delicious bubbly. So that significantly changed a lot of things for me. And then also just minor stuff like diet and various minor things that kind of stack up. But the big one is changing beliefs and getting out of the head, getting more control of my emotional state. Game changing. And that brings us to this part of the video where I want to tell you about my academy. And I want to invite you, extend you an invitation to a 2-week free trial. 2 weeks where you're hanging out with me and a group of select, awesome individuals really focused on becoming happier, brighter versions of themselves. And in this 2-week free trial, we're going to cover 4 different things on different days. So the way the academy works is twice a week, we meet up online via Zoom, on Zoom calls, to hang out, to chat. And Mondays and Fridays are the times, or the days that we have these calls. 6 p.m. Arizona time is the time we have these calls. So Monday and Friday, every week at 6 p.m., except the last week of the month, that's called Integration Week. There's no calls that week, just gives time for everyone to process everything that we've learned so far, take some time, adjust, balance, and then come back. It's like a little mini vacation. So the first Monday, we might do, let's say, a group meditation. Then the first Friday of that week, we might do some perspective work. So we call that spiritual alchemy or breakthrough day. We basically look at your different belief systems that you have, different negative belief systems, and we change those negative belief systems into empowering positive beliefs, positive perspectives that make you feel good. So you're no longer being triggered by that same situation. It could be related to a past memory. Maybe it was a traumatic breakup. Maybe it was a form of abuse. Maybe it's just a circumstance, life situation. Maybe you hate your job. Maybe your boss is a dick. Maybe you don't like where you live, don't have enough money, whatever it is. Shifting those perspectives so that they're not draining your energy, but they're actually adding to your energy, adding to your emotional state, making you feel better versus worse. So one of the days, we'll do group meditation, hugely powerful for getting out of our head, into our body, into the present moment, out of our problems and worries, and connect to this our natural state of appreciation, gratitude, which then allows us to be more creative, access solutions, ideas, epiphanies, realizations that normally we'd be cut off to if we were stuck in this loop of worrying and stressing and trying to figure things out. Trying to figure things out, that's not how you actually figure things out. If you notice, like when you have a great idea, you didn't figure your way out into a great idea. It kind of just popped into your head, right? Why is that? Why does that just happen? Well, for one reason or another, you allowed yourself to open up energetically. When that happens, and what does that mean? It means that you started to feel better emotionally. When that happens, you open yourself up energetically. You open yourself up into more of a receiving mode. And you let in this intuitive knowledge, right? You tap into the energy, this sounds kind of woo-woo-y, but the energy of the universe itself. And you're able to tap into these higher frequencies, these higher vibrations. You're able to receive different ideas and epiphanies and solutions effortlessly, easily. So meditation is hugely, hugely important and valuable in that respect. And also just making you more grounded in who you are, less reactive, again, out of your head. So one of the days we'll do group meditation. Another day we'll do perspective work, shadow work, trauma work. Removing the negative charge from past experiences and evaluating, auditing your current belief systems and changing them so that they're empowering beliefs, they're adding to your energy, not taking away from it. Thirdly, we'll be doing visualization exercises, evaluating the things that you want in life, your desires, and what those feel like. Maybe more money, maybe a relationship, maybe a business, maybe a new job, maybe losing weight, better looking body, whatever it is, more friends, a car, some experience. Evaluating what that feels like so you can embody the feeling state of those desires and move through the world as if they've already happened right now. And harnessing the law of attraction, leveraging the law of attraction, you're able to manifest these experiences and these desires in your life by being an emotional match to them. You cannot experience, have, acquire that which you are not an emotional match to. A dominant, meaning most of the time, most of your life, you're an emotional match to it. You have to be a dominant emotional match to what you want in order to experience it. So on visualization, on one of the days on the calls in the academy, we'll be practicing visualization exercises to line you up with your desires emotionally and carry yourself throughout the world as if they've already happened, as if they're already here. Which is great because, number one, this makes you feel awesome. Number two, it makes it so you're not needy, not in this chasing, lacking, desperate, waiting to be happy when it happens, when I arrive. You essentially already arrive. So then you can effortlessly then get that thing, experience that thing. So that's the third day. Third thing we'll do in this academy on these calls. The last thing, the fourth thing, so meditation, perspective work, visualization. And lastly, in the academy, the last thing that we usually do on these calls is share different spiritual topics, different pieces of information that are practical. This isn't fluff. This isn't like woo-woo theory. This is stuff you can immediately apply to your life. Different ways of thinking about things, different practical techniques or exercises, different understandings, different insights, different realizations that I'm going to share with you to help lubricate your emotional state so you can get the things that you want more easily and effortlessly, and help you dissolve any effort, struggle, contraction that might be present within you in your life circumstance. And that's what we'll be doing twice a week, every week except the last week of the month, Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. So, if that sounds awesome to you, you want to learn how to master your emotional state, control your emotional state, get state control mastery, you want to tap into and learn how to tap into these different higher vibrational states of being, these states of appreciation, gratitude, joy, excitement, inspiration, creativity, passion, playfulness, and have that be your dominant state of being. If you want to learn how to control how you move through reality, how you perceive and interpret reality, and create new stories for yourself, new meanings. If you want to bring your desires into this now moment and move as if you already have them, not in a delusional way, but in a very authentic, congruent way, where you don't need them. You know they're coming. You're eagerly awaiting their arrival. But you're also good where you're at. Best place to be. Fully expecting them to come, but not being attached to them. Not needing them, which energetically pushes them away. If you want to connect with some like-minded people who are on the same journey as you are, same journey as I am on, wanting to get happier and happier, wanting to be more on purpose, less reactive, more stable emotionally, no wobble, right? Not off balance emotionally. Oh, this thing's upsetting me, and this thing makes me fucking fall apart. For most of my life, that was me. And again, I still have my low points here and there, which teach me a lot. They're actually amazing. I'm super grateful for them because they point out the different perspectives that I was unaware of before, that I still have. Gives me the opportunity to shift them, to look at them, to audit them, replace them with new beliefs that feel amazing. But that was dominantly my entire fucking life. Every little thing just made me fall apart emotionally because I felt worthless, had no self-worth, no self-esteem. So if you want to build self-worth, self-love, self-esteem, then I encourage you to tap the link in the description below. Sign up for this 2-week free trial in this academy. Come hang out with me, the other people in the academy. You also get access to a Facebook group, private Facebook group, where you can ask any questions that you have. I'll answer them. Other academy members will give their take. It's a great resource. It's a great asset to have your questions answered and just link with like-minded people, connect with them, vibe with them, make new friends. So if this sounds like something that is for you, if you're serious about becoming happier and letting go of past pain, past traumas, current challenges and obstacles, anything that's kind of dragging you down, weighing you down, if you're ready to step into the next version of yourself, then tap the link in the description below. If you're watching on YouTube, if this is on my sales page, this is not really a sales page because you're not really buying anything, but it's sort of like a sales page, then there should be a button below on the page itself, the landing page. Put your name and email into the box, tap the button, sign up, and you get 2 weeks free. After 2 weeks, you're gonna be charged $107, and that's $107 per month. So it'll automatically charge you $107 after the 2 weeks is over. If the content isn't resonating, if it's not for you, if it's not a right fit, I totally understand. We gotta find the teachers that we resonate with, and I wanna make sure that you're a good fit for the group as well. I wanna make sure that I like you, that we get along, and this is a win-win situation. So you can cancel at any time. So no pressure, not gonna be charged a cent. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So tap the link, sign up, join, get 2 weeks free. And if you enjoy the content, if you're making progress, if it is valuable and you see the value, then stay on. Join our tribe. Join our little family, our little community of people focused on getting better, feeling better, and living their dreams. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. I love you. Namaste. See you inside the academy.